Okay, here's our 1965 Alcort Catfish SMEDLEY. We're getting ready to put a backer patch in here inside the hull, and so you get some of this woven roving, and with this Dixo Pro thickened epoxy adhesive. But in order to hold that patch in place, we use these strings, piece cardboard, pull everything up, and then we'll take some paint sticks and tie it off so it doesn't just fall back into the hull. And one thing we found, when we get this saturated with epoxy, the cardboard starts to get saturated. When you pull these strings tight, sometimes those strings can start sawing through the cardboard. You might not get the placement you want, so we're going to try today to, we've added a little plastic backer underneath here to help keep those strings in place, so that when we pull them, you're going to have strings coming out over here, strings over here, and we can tie these two sticks on to keep that pulled up tight while this epoxy dries. And what that'll give us, spin you around here. We'll show one that's already dry on the other side. And I was messy on this one, put epoxy everywhere, but it's all got to be faired and sanded. We've got to lay some more fiberglass cloth in here, so we're ready to take this stick off, which is going to be fun because it's basically, it's glued to the hull, but we'll just take a little Sawzall and trim it off, and then start building this spot up with some 4-ounce fiberglass cloth. And then up here we've got another one we put on this one. We cut out a circle. We put in the backer patch, and then since we had the piece of fiberglass we cut out, we just kind of glued that back in right on top of the backer patch. We'll see how that's going to look. You get to see the great reveal here. See if it's going to be. And it's the very first one we've done this way, so wasn't the neatest or probably the best way that can be done. There's people a lot better at it than we are. So, but now what we've got left over is, here's the string. It's up holding that patch in. It doesn't look too bad for the first time. We get all this tape out of the way, obviously. Clean that off, but we're just left with this little saw kerf here, and it's a little indentation here we can put in maybe a little bit of fairing compound, but up here it's real nice. You could just come in and sand that and spray a little gel coat, and you'd be all set. Back here we should have another little string here because there's a little dip, but pretty happy with that. That might be the way to go, especially for folks that don't want an inspection port or deck plate left showing. You know, a place at the bottom of the hull obviously is not a place for deck plate, but if you need to get in somewhere in a pontoon hull, that's one of your options to get to a piece of hardware backing or something to do it. So we're gonna take our Dixo Pro, mix them up, batter up that patch, put it inside, tie it off, let it start drying, and then we'll come back to work over here getting this cleaned up and looking better, and start building up fiberglass where we need to, and starting to sand and fair in other spots. That about does it.